哎，假 you， 刚在看保救路，哎，没有被 ban 哦，保救路没有被 ban 哦。我刚才想说要去看一下频道到底还在不在。阿亮哥哥，按赞、订阅、分享小铃铛，感谢阿亮哥哥。我那天还想说啊，保救路那个频道，如果那一集也被砍掉的话，就表示真的不能这样干了。如果还在的话，就表示还可以继续这样做。哎呦，怎么音乐一来就这么的？啊，我现在要干嘛？看一下我现在要干嘛？还没被检举哦，然后要被检举是不是？那我先把重点看一看再回来。哎，重点在那个最后。有一段在学校，然后还有一段在最后。哎，Y 是 Y 啊，是 Y。海斯汀的替代人选，我得找到能帮助我在威尼斯调查的人。哦。说到谋杀案，上次看威尼斯谋杀案的电影，超喜欢，推荐啊！真的哦，那我这次回去刚好是在 Netflix 上吗
I don't have time for small talk.
啊，糟糕，但是我其实有点忘记了，老头在哪里
I think we should let Ratchet rest in peace. How would it look to the police if I asked a suspected murderer for help?
说不定其实真的犯人是那个警察。
Doctor, a moment. Have you made arrangements for Ratchet's body?
哦，是迪士尼的
Yes, it will be
迪士尼
collected
我
by
妹
the
有。
Italian authorities when we reach Venice. The autopsy will be performed there. However, there is something odd.
Oh?
Since the train is French, jurisdiction must be shared. When I told them you were already on the scene, they have both agreed to support your investigation until we reach Paris. Ratchet's compartment will be sealed until we arrive there. All of those who conspired to kill Ratchet are to be confined to the train until then as well.
So, thanks to you, I am the rope in a tug-of-war between two countries.
Oh, but I thought you would want to be in charge. And isn't it odd we continue on our journey with a trainload of people that police consider potential murderers?
Calm yourself, Doctor. It is not the first time I find myself in the middle. And, to be honest, I welcome the chance to see this case through. It is fast becoming one of the most challenging of my career. Doctor, a question. Could you assist my investigation in Venice?
I can't.
I
I'm
can't.
afraid. I'm to accompany Ratchet's body when the Italian police take possession of it. I've been asked, commanded really, to help with the autopsy because of my earlier examination.
好啊，小气。
So, my dear book, how does our journey progress?
We are well on our way to Venice. All of our passengers are
我
locked
觉
in
得
their
说不定
rooms
真正
by
凶手
order
其实是
of the
他，
authorities. I watch them when they want to stretch their legs.
他已经想很
Like
久
the。captain there behind you.
I see that you have the situation well in hand. Would you be able to accompany me to Venice to follow a lead?
I'm honored you asked me, my friend. I would have loved to help you. But I have to manage
看
the
起来应该只剩下
situation
那个
here.
警察
I
了。
must make sure no one gets off the train in Venice and that Ratchet's body is transferred.
Body，好，去找警察。啊，警察应该是在那个啦。警察是在。
I don't have time for small talk.
警察哪一间？
How would it look to the
这间。这间不是警察的哦。 哎，这是这是雪地哦。我还想说这是海吗？
I don't have time for small talk. How would it look to the police? I don't have time for small talk.
哎，警察到底在哪一间啊？啊，还是警察在餐厅啊？警察应该在餐厅监视着他们。我今天早上做了一个简易的苹果派当早餐，然后我觉得蛮简单的，我们推荐给就是推荐给想要吃苹果派但是又不知道怎么如何下手的人，就是呢，在这里啊。
Mademoiselle Locke, you are clearly an excellent police officer. Could you accompany me to Venice for an investigation into Ratchet's activities? There is much we still need to know.
Well, yes, it would be an
怎么样？
honor to work with
是不是
you.
不想？
And I'm glad you trust me.
我觉
What
得
do you have in
你
mind?
怪怪的
There。was a notation in Ratchet's appointment book. He had an appointment.
With who?
There were only the
A.W.
initials A.W. They were to meet at 10 o'clock at the Fontana dei Conigli. I want to know who Ratchet was meeting and why.
But you've already discovered the 12 conspirators. Why is this meeting important?
Unfortunately, the case is not complete. Dr. Constantine has discovered the presence of a 13th stab wound.
One of them could have stabbed him twice.
The wound was made with another, finer blade. Why would one of them have used two knives? Did they want to confess they killed him more than the others? And if so, why bother to deny it when they have already confessed? No, it makes no sense. And I do not close a case until all questions have been answered. You, of all people, must understand this.
You're right. I do understand.
I do
I'll help
understand.
Thank you. Together, we will uncover the truth. We will arrive in a few hours. Take the opportunity to rest.
I slept well last night. No more effects of the drug.
Excellent. Then be prepared when we reach Venice. We have another mystery to solve.
我不动了，怎么宕机了？怎么不动了？
This is the third embarking dock,
no.
and no gondoliers available at all. With Carnival, you can't find a gondolier to cross that damn canal. They're all booked. The worst thing is that the fountain is just across this canal. We're almost there.
哦，我想去威尼斯哦，但听说现在威尼斯也好像就很多观光客。哎呀！
I see a gondolier just over there.
在神秘。
You have my full confidence, mademoiselle. I leave it to you.
Every carnival, my friends and I mask. And every carnival, we lose one another.
哈，我现在不会认人吧
It's impossible to find a gondolier during Carnival.
Carnival。
Hi there. We'd like to cross the canal, please.
There is a bridge about a kilometer down the canal.
Please. According to the map, the Fontana dei Conigli is just across the canal here.
No, I, Gabriele, cannot help you. I'm sorry.
We'll miss the 10 o'clock rendezvous if we try to get through this crowd, and have to walk a kilometer in both directions. Why is he refusing to take us across? He looks upset. I should try to find out why. If it's a matter of price, I'm sure we can work it out.
Money? Money won't help me now.
His problem isn't money. What is it then?
他钱
Bella
贝拉
Chiara, the beautiful Chiara. A beautiful name for a beautiful
啊，他的奖
gondola.
不见是不是？
What a sham. A beautiful bouquet crushed by revelers.
哦，他是不是要给他情人的花？他毁了花束吧？
Come on, Joanna.
啊，他
It's a
是
rookie
他跟
mistake.
你
Good.
起来啦。
Okay. That's it. No rookie mistake there.
啊，还要再帮他跟他女朋友对，就解决他跟他女朋友问题哦。你载我过去，我当你女朋友啦。
I'm sorry you had a fight with Chiara.
What? How did you know?
I'm a detective. I'd like to help if I can.
If you have a spare engagement ring, detective.
如果你有多余的订婚戒指的
I
话，
see. You lost the engagement ring you were planning to give Chiara?
Lost? It is worse than that. I threw it away in the canal. I bitterly regret this
啊，你
gesture.
为什么
I
把？
now find myself without a girlfriend and without a ring.
If we find the ring, maybe the gondolier will take us
真的
across.
假
You
的？
are right. There is not much time.
不要
I
闹
will
了。
help you.
啊，怎么帮我？啊，人呢？我在这里。哎哎哎哎，怎样这样？跑去哪里？哦，鸽子是线人，好好笑哦，真的假的？啊，不是啊，嗯，他跟他吵架，然后他说他戒指，他说这个交给他，啊，他怎么都不跟我讲话？啊，我怎么知道？哎，他要走了，他要走了。
Ancora una volta sono dalla parte spagliata del canale per la festa.
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
时间不够，你跑起来啊！跑起来！我这边是不是？不是，是恭维啊！我室友跟我讲说，意大利，因为他本身没有那么喜欢吃披萨，可是他说他去意大利，就是那种随便店里面卖那种很便宜的披萨，他说都超好吃的，他随便都可以吃掉一大盒。然后我真的就很好奇，到底意大利的披萨到底有多好吃？连路边的随便的店里面都很好吃哎。啊，对。
It's calm and relaxing, although not as clean as it could be.
啊，在这里吗？
It's calm and
哎，我这边看过了。啊，这边有个人，问他好了。看没有用啊。哦，我怎么知道？哎，对。嗨，丹。哎，不是啊。哎，这边问过了。啊你，还是我再去找他。不是，这边找过。嗨，晨晨。啊，晨晨今天也要加班，太辛苦了吧？什么公司这么坏？这种时间点还要加班？都要过新年了哎，还是就是因为要过新年所以才加班？哦，这样。哦，这个。嗨俊，边整理东西，是整理家务吗？还是整理公司的？哎，就它啦！啊，我怎么打开？互动。
I know someone who will be happy. I don't need an empty soda can.
哦，家务。老实说，我
There are too many plastic bottles in the world.
我完全没有，只是没有大扫除哎，有把一些东西丢一丢啦。我这次大扫除最大的大扫除就是终于把我们家的就是琉璃台下面那个水槽，终于把它处理好了。哎，那边真的很容易长那个蟑螂，我很奇怪哎。
Excuse me, I believe I have something that belongs to you.
Mamma mia,
Mamma
grazie
mia.
mille, signorina. With this, I can now win my Chiara's heart again. I know it. How to thank you?
My friend and I need to get to the other side. We have a very important date at the Fontana di Conigli.
Ah, yes. The rabbit fountain. Of course, I'll take you across. Then I will call Chiara. Hopefully, she will forgive me.
I'm sure she will.
Well done, Detective Locke.
然后我就很佩服，可以把那个水槽下面弄得很漂亮、很干净，又就是很清香的那种人，就很佩服。因为我觉得下面就是觉得就是很容易潮湿，然后我就一直在想说，到底水槽下面要怎么让它不要那么湿啊？我应该去买那个除湿剂才对。
If it's not too much to ask, can you wait for us until we return?
Yes, no worries. I can call Chiara from here. To find the fountain, walk along the quay on the left, then cross the bridge and you are there. You cannot miss it.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Signorina. You have made me the happiest gondolier in Venice. Yes, I assure you, I found your ring.
Dream. 他们两个有没有很像肉肉跟派帕？左边过桥就到了。因为感觉这边很适合，就是什么杀人事件，就是因为大家都会戴面具，对不对？然后就是会有什么杀人，然后。
It's 9:55. The right time in the right place. Now AW just needs to show up.
You made me run, Detective Locke. Poirot does not run. I'll wait, sitting down.
家，怎么会有一只猫？猫也太可爱了吧！ AW 身份。你怎么身上有
？Not really my style, but I'll take it.
有胡子。
Did you see anyone who could be AW?
No
AW.
One. But who knows what those masks and costumes are hiding?
I have an appointment with you, don't I?
No, dove la tua maschera?
Scared 啊！原来要这样问哦。
Did you have an appointment here at the fountain?
Yes, to party.
To party.
We have an appointment, I believe?
I don't think so. I've never met you.
他可以这样随随便便的问人吗？人家不会觉得他很奇怪吗？
I have an appointment with you, don't I?
No, dove la tua maschera?
这个啦，怪怪的。
Did you see anyone?
No one.
这个女的很怪啊，不给我脸，根本不给我讲话那里讲过啦，讲过了，不是。讲过了，我觉得是只有这个女的啊，可是为什么这个女的，为什么她没有办法讲话？还讲过了，这些人看起来像这边啊，这边有个怪人。
We have an appointment, I believe.
I don't think so. I've never met you.
我觉得就是你啊！弄鸽子。那边有个怪人。
Did you have an appointment here?
Yes, to party.
To party. 你也不行讲话。这边，过不去啊。这个人不给我讲话，但是我觉得就是这个人
Did you see anyone who?
No one.
那我要怎么办？对呀。我这都绕过了还有哪里啊
Did you have an?
Yes.
是不是 bug？ 按错了， 我觉得就是他，可是他说面具下等一下，我就去拔个隐形眼镜好了，眼睛有点干。回来了，但是我不知道要找谁啊。我觉得这些人都怪怪的。
Did you have an
Yes, to
都问过啦。怎么会？不相信。东方快车。看一下哦。哎，靠北哦，被骗了。嗨啊，莎莉。他说。你看，哦，被骗了，可恶啦
Nobody. The desk clerk must be asleep or off partying.
哎，猫咪耶，猫咪不能撸。
If there's no one to help me, they won't mind if I help myself.
AW.
Aziz Wadi.
Aziz
That's
Wadi.
the only name that corresponds to the initials AW.
Paziente, non ti ho sentito.
哎，他长得好像那个哦。
I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian. Do you speak English?
Of course, signorina. How may I bother you?
How? What? Oh, I have an appointment with one of your guests.
What is the name?
糟糕，我刚刚那个。
I have an appointment with Mr. Aziz Wadi. Do you know if he's here?
Well, unfortunately, he left the hotel this morning. He seemed to be in a hurry, but he left a carta. You are?
I'm Mrs. Ratchet.
Mr. Wadi asked me to give the message to the signore, but I suppose this is okay.
我觉得有人在监视我。我们换个地方见面。爱丽丝坐在喷泉旁，她看了眼白色兔子的雕像，突然间兔子跳走了。爱丽丝追在兔子后面，这次也请让爱丽丝成为你的向导。穿越狭窄的小巷，通过桥梁，爱丽丝遇到2个男人，他们在争执谁的帽子更高。她的脚带着她回到窄巷中，接着到小广场上，她看到她在那边看见了在喝茶的猫，调皮的猫跑到另一个巷子，爱丽丝追了上去。她气喘吁吁的来到了大广场，那里有个扑克牌士兵的营区，他们朝着她的方向行军而来。爱丽丝跑啊跑，跑到了码头的尾端，那里有个巨大的门，长着蛇发女妖的脸向她要密码，那是爱丽丝在一路上收集兔子。OK。
So, mademoiselle, was our mysterious A.W.
看来要解谜了。
No, but I managed to get his name, Aziz Wadi.
Aziz
And the letter he
Wadi.
wrote for Ratchet. It seems to be a kind of riddle rhyme.
Let me see. Well, Ratchet and Mr. Wadi must love this book to refer to it so much.
Yes, I think we have to search and find the tracks that this person left for Ratchet to find him.
I think so. Lead the way, Mademoiselle Locke.
好，然后
Do you need help, Detective Locke?
It looks like the writer of this letter is quoting Alice in Wonderland.
No, I think it is a pastiche. Monsieur Carroll was a much better writer than this.
It's a riddle. No, a map.
Both. I think Mr. Wadi was worried their business might be known, and has given Ratchet directions to a new rendezvous point. Mr. Wadi's letter mentions a rabbit. The rabbit fountain is an obvious starting point. I believe the letter refers to this place.
反正他就是他会帮我提示。他说白色兔子看向的地方跑去。他说密，我会看到密。然后我看一下，通过桥梁遇到2个男人。好，我哪会知影密码是偌济？等一下，遇到2个男人，他们在争执谁的帽子高。穿过桥的通过桥梁，通过桥梁，好，通过桥梁，所以要这样。可是沿路，这看起来不像在争。通过桥梁。我迷路了。 哎，猫在喝茶。另外一只猫去哪里？可是问题是，我没有看到两个在争执的人啊。不要看手机。他是死掉了是不是？怎么会这样？有人死掉了呢！行军而来，不是我连吵架的那两个人都没有看到啊。这个吗？这个吗？
We have a reference to hats in the letter. Where can we find hats? If we follow the letter, our next landmark will be a cat.
A real cat is not likely.
猫的图案。
Let's try to find a picture or a sign with a cat.
所以
A place with playing card soldiers. It
不一定要
sounds
真
like
的。
A metaphor. What place could make us think of soldiers? The last paragraph suggests a door that requires a passcode. If I understand correctly, this code will be made up of numbers that we will find along the way.
所以我先找到了门，但是我没有找到任何的密码。猫，帽子，八，看到了八。好，然后八嘛。 宰相，他说小广场是这是小广场是不是？猫，说到猫就是不是我最近有在看那个什么药师物语啊，然后那个女主角就叫猫毛，然后其实我是有点困惑，不知道为什么要取叫猫毛，因为日本配音就会念它的中文的名字叫猫毛，然后我其实有时候听了就有点别扭。 也不是说不行，就觉得为什么要叫猫毛？正常人会叫人家名字叫猫毛吗？又不是要出道取艺名。我怎么找不到小广场？不在这里吗？我找不到猫的图案猫看这里 ，Prazo 什么？没有数字吗？他说可能是猫的图案。 不一定是真的猫，可能是猫的图案。 我觉得应该没那么难啊。我们还差几个数字？差3个数字嘛，士兵跟猫。士兵跟猫，哎，1、2、3、4，猫，士兵。我怎么知道在哪里啊？那我们去读看看好了。好，反正先过桥。哎，我刚才是绕一大圈回来，好，不管，来乱找。人家说扑克牌，士兵，什么地方会让我联想到士兵？没有地方，真进不去。等一下，再来。哎，我刚刚是从哪里出发？哇，整个大迷路，救命哎！猫看这里，但是他又说可能是猫的图案，不会是真的猫。哇，怎么有点想睡觉？扑克牌。这是4的意思吗？扑克牌是4，哎，6是6，扑克牌的6，啊，所以我现在是叉，所以有个8个6，我来看一下，所以是8、6。巨大的，他说巨大的门，然后上面有一个那个，哎，刚刚有一个巨大的门，然后上面是有，这是牛，所以不是这个。哎，为什么？哎，可是这边有，哎，这边有扑克牌哎，扑克牌找我行军而来。哎，猫一直在看上面，猫好奇怪哦。我刚才看到这边是有一个门是要输入，可是他说大门，好好笑，我大迷路，完全不知道我现在人在哪里。而且我刚刚明明就找，救人哦！我刚刚明明就有找到那个啊，找到那个门啊！哎呦，胡子！
Shiny facial hair. The good news is that it's gold.
啊，这个9。哦。 好，所以我们就8什么6嘛，8什么6什么9嘛。好，那就来一个，我来猜。我来盲猜，8、3、6、9。
Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
啊，5个数字哦。那5个数字。1、2、3、4、5，所以兔子那边也有，我要靠背哦。好，要先回去啊！糟糕，这里是哪里？哦，这是一个爱山，怎么办？我不知道这里，我在。我看一下兔子喷泉哪里？不管了啦，哎呦，知道了啦。不行，我一定再回去会迷路了，所以是叉什么叉8。就是圈8圈6 9，那就2 8 3 6 9。
No, Joanna, that doesn't track.
7 8 3 6 9。
I don't need Mr. Poirot to tell me I'm wrong.
来看一下。哎呦，刚刚还好没有关掉那个。很难呢，在哪里啊？花都啊，2 8，好，我看到一个字，2 8 4 6 9，哇，猜对了，我还以为是。肉先生正在游玩，雾雨飘，他杀人了。
Hey you.
Hey you.
I can't lose them.
他干嘛叫他？靠背哦，快啦！警察，你快点啊！警察。警察很不会追人哎呦，不要那么多障碍物，够了啦。
Move over.
哇，太多一模一样的吧？老板。
Too many! Too many masks! The murderer could be standing there watching me and laughing.
Yes, Detective Locke?
The murderer got away. I'm coming back, but it looked like he dropped something when he climbed the first wall.
All right, I'll go and see. For my part, unfortunately, I could do nothing for the victim. He was already dead. I have already alerted the Italian authorities. I will see what I can find while I wait for them.
A pair of women's glasses. Was Ratchet planning a new identity? There must be several tens of thousands of dollars in this bag. The victim was stabbed. Apparently the method of choice in this case. Various clothes in his suitcase.
好多钱，
Mr.
对啊，
Waddy was
好需要，
obviously planning
好希
to
望是我
leave
的。
this city. A bunch of keys. If, as seems likely, Mr. Waddy is a resident of Geneva, then one of these may belong to his home there.
哎，他偷暗扛人家的，这是他们的护照吗？哎，没有。
Mr. Waddy's Swiss passport. I'll see if I can find a match on the internet to confirm his identity.
"国籍：瑞士人，城市：日内瓦，年纪……哎，我刚刚没有看哎。
I must admit, think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. I don't.
哦，
no,
他
no,
没有那么
no,
老
not
哦。
good. This is wrong.
哎，等一下
No,
啊
no, 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 no.
哦，靠背哦，人家是瓦迪。
My little gray cells did not.
但是他连那个名字都故意给你故意那个。哎呀，我要干嘛？现在干嘛？分析犯罪，检查。哎，我刚才有。因为还有什么东西可以检查？
The victim was.
对啊。哎，还是这边有东西可以。哎，应该检查完了。对啊。 还是钱那边还有，没有钱没有了。诶，没有没有，这是简单。会到很远的地方吗？应该不至于啊，应该会在这一带。还有一安，不至于在这里吧？因为我还缺了一个可是这边4个，哎。 因为1个、3个，对啊，检查犯罪，好，再出去绕一绕。 且他随身携带手套，也是蛮有趣的。没有东西啊，这什么东西啊？老板是怎么了？老板，哦。
Another golden mustache to treasure.
哦，啊，因为刚刚从这边逃走的。哦，
A false passport with Ratchet.
是雷希特的护照
Ratchet? How many others? Now he will become Enrico Caldo. It appears Ratchet changed his identity as often as his socks. 直觉让你推敲属于自己的结论。开罗的交易，阿姆斯壮绑架案的赎金，我觉得是这个。
This appears to be a good lead.
I'm sorry I couldn't catch the suspect, Mr. Poirot.
Probably.
There is no need to apologize, mademoiselle. Your efforts were marvelous. I found some information about Mr. Wadi.
Did you access the FBI database?
Don't worry, my little gray cells were enough. However, the database may confirm the origin of these banknotes.
No need. I included them when I continued my investigation.
Excellent.
哦，它是序号 NA 649，没有649啊，2203 8880 880，大家要记得签起来。要去买乐透了，啊，在旁边，对啊，诶，还是不是这个序号？不然它的序号是序号在哪里啊？不是旁边那个吗？不是 NA 什么的 NA 啊？哦，还可以，哦，可以再往下一页吗？2152769
Score. One for the good guys.
8880
The detective gets it right.
2203，2203没有看到。哦，有。
That is a great detective job. Mr. Poirot, it's part of the ransom money from the Armstrong case.
You are surprised?
I suppose not. So Ratchet had it in an account at the Banque du Lac.
It would seem so.
He knew the serial numbers on the banknotes could be traced, and he could not spend it, so he stashed it there.
But now he's run low, something he didn't count on. He hopes enough time has passed so he can begin to spend the ransom money.
There is something else he didn't count on.
What's that?
He didn't count on you, Detective Locke, and your tenacity.
Thank you. But we are still left with a murderer on the loose.
But we progress. We know Mr. Wadi had an appointment with Ratchet. He had a bag full of money and a passport with Ratchet's photo, but a new name. What is your opinion about the passport?
好，等我一下，大家等我一下。 等一下来专抢，因为我去买那个洞板，然后因为我想要我的现在的桌子真的已经太多东西都耳机啊什么的，然后我就去买了 IKEA 的那个洞板，然后 IKEA 它有一个组洞板在用的是那个。就是一个挂耳机，然后2个挂手把，然后我觉得那个刚刚好因为我2个手把1个耳机，然后它是可以，就是它就是专门电竞用的。雷奇特想要你没有，还要。
I discovered that he was arrested in Armenia for trafficking and stolen art, and was supposed to be arraigned in January. Once again, he changed his identity in vanished.
You are correct.
电钻。
He also told me that he was threatened, and that threatening letter we found in his room was real. He had to disappear once again.
钱不是行凶动机。
The bag isn't very big. He could have easily run away with it. If he didn't take it, it was deliberate. He wasn't interested in the money. If the motive wasn't money, it leaves passion or revenge for motive.
So, Detective Locke,
情杀还是
what do
仇
you
杀？
think?
怎么会是情杀
Passion or revenge?
Revenge seems like an obvious motive to me.
看起来就
carefully followed Wadi
看起来长得就不怎么像是
despite
情人啊。
Wadi's precautions. That is cold and careful.
Excellent.
洞板要专抢，
We
不是
cannot
固定
yet
在
know for certain, but
桌，
that is
因为
a
我桌子
sound
没办法固
psychological
定，
analysis.
因为我现在桌子已经太小，我桌子很小，所以我必须要把它挂墙上。洞板打进墙壁，不是啦，是钻洞，然后打螺丝，要转螺丝进去，然后转螺丝进去之后，然后那个再挂上去。
I think Wadi's killer is also Ratchet's murderer.
我把洞板打进去也太凶狠的感觉了。
Exactly. So our murderer is linked to the Armstrong case. The money is linked to the Armstrong case. But these glasses that I found in the bag, they must have something to do with this case too.
他们没有附墙壁的。
Those glasses mean something to me.
因为他会说你要打的东西材质不一样，所以不一定会那个就是他附的螺丝你不一定是实际。
Wait, I know. I've seen these. They belong to Susan Moreau, little Daisy's nurse. I remember seeing them in her bedroom, but they were gone the day she died.
I remember the press saying that the nurse had committed suicide.
I've always believed otherwise, and the glasses are proof that she was killed by Ratchet, or his accomplice. He took those glasses. I always had a gut feeling, but now, Mr. Poirot, now I have proof Suzanne was innocent.
Yes, you do.
不是啊，苏珊是清白这件事情，
The
不是
question
大家
I
都
ask
知道吗？
myself is this: Why did Ratchet keep these glasses?
被害者的未来的假证人。
Ratchet used to leave fake evidence at the scene of his crimes to incriminate others. He
打
did
算
the
装
same
洞
thing
板
to frame
没有
Suzanne.
又以我跟
But
你
keeping
说，
an object
你
belonging
呀
to his victim
你的
as
桌
a
子够大
souvenir
吗？
of the
然后
murder,
以及
that is the behavior of a
你说
fetishist.
你想专抢吗？因为如果你没有要专抢的话，其实不用特别打，因为 IKEA 有2种 ，IKEA 它有一种是它一种是直接可以立在
He is
桌
a
上的，
trophy hunter.
但是它那
Okay,
个
we
空间
managed
比
to
较
clear
大
up，some of the gray areas.
桌
What
子
now?
140乘以60。
The bag only contained a
140
fraction of the
60
$1 million ransom of the
我等一下
Armstrong
拍给你
case.
看
The rest must
啊，
still
我
be
直
in
接
a secure
我找
place.
那个图
I
给你
will
看。
make a wager with you that it is the Banque du Lac in Geneva where Mr. Wadi worked.
Wadi was also the keeper of Ratchet's secrets. They were killed by the same murderer.
Agreed. Well, there is nothing more we can do here except wait for the police. Prepare yourself for a long evening with the police. We have a lot of
Police.
explaining to do.
And after that,
啊，这边呢，因为我
visit to
我觉得
Geneva,
这个也很方便，就是不用特别打洞。然后另外一个是这个，我来传到肉谱。桌上都是东西，所以背后不用弄。没有，我觉得 我觉得这个，因为我来，因为我室友就是他就利用那个就是反正其实这个很好用。
I was worried about you.
We just left the police station. We had to explain to the Italian police that we were not murderers.
What? Another murder?
I'll tell you when we're underway. Are all passengers and staff aboard?
Yes, everyone is here. We were waiting for you.
Excellent. Let's not waste any more time. We have to make a longer than usual stop in Lausanne.
What? How long?
Long enough to do a little banking in Geneva.
啊，人家不是都说瑞士是以前是洗钱的地方吗？很多东西都会挡到。你不一定要放后面啊，你可以放你左右两侧啊，还是你左右两侧也会挡到？那你就如果你觉得就是这样的话，那你就是我觉得就转墙。而且其实又以如果你东西没有很重啊，你可以买那个不用钉的那种，就是挂钩。我找给你。
But Monsieur Michel would have seen anyone enter Ratchet's compartment. And there were another 10 people milling about, taking their turn at stabbing him. How could they not notice an uninvited killer?
« 无痕螺丝贴，但是，为什么米歇尔先生没有看到这名凶手呢？因为我觉得那是错误。
Pierre Michel's testimony is, of course, false. He was actively involved in the murder plot. I must know his real movements to understand when our 13th murderer could have acted undetected.
凶手还在车上吗？我觉得在，
Yes, he most certainly
因为他就是跟着下车，然后。
It's obvious. I mean, I hope Mr. Poirot agrees.
Please continue, Detective Locke.
The train is French. The murder took place in Slovenia, and the victim's body is in Italy. Jurisdiction won't be sorted out before the train reaches Paris. The murderer is probably content to sit tight aboard the train until Paris, where he can disappear.
It is undoubtedly a possibility, but we have no proof.
Huh? 可是我觉得他还在车上啊。
All the passengers and crew are still aboard. If the killer of Mr. Wadi had remained in Venice, we would have noticed right away that someone was missing, and we could have alerted the authorities.
I promise you, I made certain everyone was aboard before we embarked.
Book, calm yourself.
Calm myself? But we're back where we started. There is still another murderer on my train. Wait a moment. Can I change my mind about my verdict? Can we turn everyone over to the police?
Everyone? Including ourselves?
What? No. No. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Let us take it step by step, my friend. We can start by eliminating all of the members of the Ratchet jury.
有12个人需要同时担任处死事的，都有谁了？这个。哎。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12。
Et voilà. If we eliminate the 12 jurors, we are left with 7 additional suspects.
7? It's still too many.
I agree.
We must reduce our list.
Excuse my impatience, Poirot. It's as if my beautiful train is cursed. Can you exonerate any of the 7?
不是。
Fantastic. Book worked hard to get me aboard the train. He is definitely not a suspect. Nice. Mademoiselle Locke cannot be a suspect. She pursued Mr. Waddy's murderer. Right. Dr. Constantine alerted me to the 13th stab wound. He is not a suspect. That's the right answer. I have 4 suspects left who I must now examine more closely. Miss Nielsen, Monsieur Maury, Monsieur Fauché, and Countess Andrény.
One of my employees? Suspicious?
All 3 got off the train in Venice to restock supplies. Any one of them might have slipped away without being noticed.
I suppose. But what of Countess Andrény? You cleared her yourself.
She is cleared of the first murder, but we know little of her movements here in Venice. So, we still have 4 suspects to interview. Detective Locke?
I can't join you, Poirot. My chief saw something on the news about the case and my involvement. He's demanding an explanation. If I want to keep my badge, I have to call him.
Then you must do so by all means.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I understand.
I'll make the call for my compartment. If you're looking for me, I'll be there.
这里如果暗示会变成什么？他就会说 no no no， 他就会就是如果答错，他就会说 no no no， 就是他就会说白罗你自己那么你要做什么你不能犯这种低级的错误之类的，他就会讲这种话。盘问尼尔斯。哦，盘问其他人，对，他会被骂，他就会骂你说，你怎么会犯这种低级的错误？哇，他躺，哎，为什么他还可以看？
Doctor, I need to question Countess Andrény.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mr. Poirot. The Countess had an anxiety attack when we arrived in Venice. She was terrified the police would come for her and her husband, despite how you concluded your investigation. I had to give her a
这是他的房间。
She has been sleeping since.
这就是他的房间。
Stayed with her all the time we were in Venice.
Count Andrény begged me to watch over her. I have not left this room.
You're the reason she's in this
他会
state.
讲都是你害的。
Book voted
不是啊，你杀了你老婆。
I accepted his verdict.
I told her. I tried to reason with her. What she has already suffered, the strain of these last few days,
没错。
it was too much.
I understand, Count. It's quite all right. I have the answers I came for.
好，所以他没有问题。我也觉得不会是他做的，因为他太柔弱了。
You play well. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Thank you. Many years of piano lessons thanks to my mother. I try to play in a few clubs in Paris when I get the chance, but as you can see, it hasn't made me rich. What can I do for you?
Conversation only.
Oh.
Tell me about your time in Venice.
I had Monsieur Book's permission to see my sister. She lives in Marghera, just outside of Venice. She had a baby a few weeks ago. This was my first chance to meet my new nephew.
Monsieur Book gave you permission?
Yes, you can ask him.
Most assuredly, I will. What time did you leave and when did you return?
I left around 9:10 p.m. I was back by 10:45 p.m. When I got back, Hotaru was in a lot of pain. I gave him a back massage.
That would have been enough time to kill Monsieur Wadi and return to the train. May I see your knives?
Of course. They are here.
If you don't mind.
Help yourself. They are under the bar counter.
Tell me again about your poker game the night of the murder.
It's a regular game to help relax after a long day. Let's see, we started around 11 p.m. We took a short break in Vinkovsky, Hotaru, Pierre, and I. The game finished up around 2 a.m. We'd all had quite a bit to drink. Ah, yes, I left for about 10 minutes to refrigerate champagne for the next day. That must have been around 1 a.m.
Oh,
None of these come close to the wounds on either body.
啊，好大的咖啡机哦！哎，每都走错间，他在后面。
Good evening, Monsieur Mori. May I have a moment of your time? I have a few questions to ask you.
Of course, as long as you don't mind if dinner is ruined.
I promise to be as brief as possible. What did you do while we were stopped in Venice?
With Freya's help, I loaded fresh produce for the next part of our journey. Then, you may not believe this, but my job requires a lot of physical labor. My back suffers. Fortunately, Jean has become quite adept at separating my vertebrae.
As you may know, I have solved the murder of Monsieur Ratchet.
That is a shame.
I beg your pardon?
The bastard sent my steak tartar back, telling John I was to burn it.
I will add it to the list of his crimes. One wound on Monsieur Ratchet's body was struck by a very sharp, thin-bladed knife. We haven't found it yet.
You think one of mine was?
会不会那个是
I'd
冰？
like to have a look if you don't mind.
很尖的冰啊，不应该不是。
An impressive
如果是
set of
柯南的话，
knives,
就会
but
是
their
冰刀
blades
了
are。too wide to have been used for the crime. Tell me about your poker game the night of the murder.
We started around 11 p.m. when John finished his shift. We played until around 2 a.m. From what I remember, it's a bit vague.
You played without a break.
Actually, we did break once for a smoke. John, Pierre, and I. When we stopped in Vinkovsky.
When was that?
Around midnight?
哎，还有得问哎，哎，没有啦。那为什么他的没有出现那个，就是已经问完的？哎，哦，这不是那个吗？
That reminds
威
me
尼
of
斯的那个啊。
The box is secured by some sort of locking mechanism. The design is formed by 3 commas. What is the word in Japanese? Tamoe. And it's obviously missing a piece.
Oh? Oh? 这边没东西吗？对啊，没有提示，这表示那边应该是还有东西没有看完啊。可是过去看又还是要看他的刀。
Good evening, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, Mr. Poirot. I'm not going to bed right away.
Can you tell me your movements while we were stopped in Venice?
That'll be easy. I didn't move much at all. Let's see. I helped Hataru load all of the food crates aboard the train. Hataru had everything he needed, but I realized they forgot half of my order. I spent over an hour on the phone with the supplier without success. I had to change the dessert menu for tomorrow.
Dr. Constantine found a stab wound on Ratchet's body that was caused by a much thinner and sharper blade than the others.
Possibly a chef's knife?
My thought, precisely.
And you'd like to see my knives?
If you wouldn't mind.
I would gladly show you if I had any, but I don't. I use the regular kitchen knives. You may search if you don't believe me.
I see.
All the knives the staff use are in the kitchen or in the lounge, except...
Except?
Hotaro prefers to use his own.
Monsieur Mori doesn't use the kitchen knives?
Not usually. I know he keeps a set of traditional Japanese knives in a box in his room. He doesn't let anyone else use them. Although now that I think of it, he has been using the kitchen knives lately.
Can you tell me exactly about your poker game the night of the murder?
We started around 11 p.m. In Vinkovsky, we took a short break. Hataru and Pierre went outside to smoke. Oh, and Hataru got sick around a few minutes past 1 a.m. 1:10 a.m. maybe? He spent about 15 minutes in the bathroom, but he didn't want to quit on a losing streak.
Did his luck improve?
No, so we played to around 2 a.m. He lost every hand.
他也还为什么？他也是可以再对话，所以我要先找到那个啊，我希望我看哦，玩到我室友出来，等一下要钻墙啊，还要找他那个。找他的那个，
Saffron. It must be worth a small fortune.
番红花。可是他其实厨房好大，还比我家厨房大。好，那他应该会放在家里，放在房间才对啊。我说他那个花纹，对不对？还在厕所。其实我很想要有日式的那种厕所，就是厕所跟那个是分，就是厕所跟浴室是分开。但是又想每次都是想一想，就觉得啊，可是这样就很容易，就是要清洗的话就很不方便。就是厕所要大清洗，好像就会很容易，就很难弄很湿什么之类的。其实还好。但我觉得分开是很重要。剩下那一块放随身包这里哦，有可能哦。随身包，豆腐说我也是超，他随身包在。
Book de Disa Tamoe. and it's obviously missing him.
对啊，甘蔗你的真的不错吧？没有我觉得他应该藏在后面，可藏后面人家就会知道，不会吗？而且我觉得，对啊，没有调查点啊，就很奇怪啊。我觉得有可能藏在后面。对啦，不是你啦。
哈哈 ，Golden Mustache。
对啊。我在看这。就是算是要多打扫一下。对啊，我跟大家说，就是那个啊，就是我后来发现，其实真的有时候家里真的只要有2个人以上，2间厕所是真的是必要性存在着完全找不到它的那个符号在哪里因为刚刚我们开这个也没有反应啊。对，这是说这个很贵的番红花啊，我觉得没必要啊。好像去跟那个布克先生说话。
You told Fauché he could go into Venice?
Marghera, actually. Not so far away. It was his only chance to see his sister. He's been working every train for weeks. There is never time to see the new baby.
Enough, Book. Your heart does you credit, but your
common sense.
I know. But it's fine. Isn't it? He did come back.
Oh, it's fine, as you say. Unless he saw the baby, then killed someone else and returned to the train.
But that's monstrous.
Murder is always monstrous, my friend.
对啊，厕所塞车真的很可怕，尤其是那种就是你要准备要出门，然后就厕所塞车，你就觉得哇太崩溃了吧。米歇尔先生，只剩下米歇尔，我觉得应该是要盘查完米歇尔先生之后才会有。哎，左左，你快点啦，真的要快点啦没关系，左左其实刚刚剧情我们算是有推进吗？好像也还算有啦。我们有下去威尼斯，然后意外的就是看到了那个雷契特先生
Michel
先生的那个接头人。
Anything, Monsieur Poirot.
然后他被杀掉。
We are in your debt.
Please tell me your movements when we were stopped at Venice.
原来左左知道
Once
故
the
事，就是想
compartments were cleaned and the linen refreshed, I stayed in my quarters.
Did you notice anything special? Comings and
我在找密
goings?
码那一段
Mr.
的时候
Book
是用
had
猜
asked
的。
everyone to stay in their compartments. I would occasionally walk the train to ensure everyone was comfortable. Oh, I saw Monsieur Maury was all alone loading his crates of provisions.
A great chef like that, reduced to
他不是
petty
说
labor.
不是那个甜点的
But Mr. Book had ordered me not to leave the train for any reason. So, Monsieur Maury was forced to labor alone.
Let us review
他不是
the
说
actual
那个女生不是说
timeline
她
of the
帮着
night
毛
of
利一起
Ratchet's
嘛，
murder,
然后毛利
not
要
the one
那个痛嘛，
manufactured to
所以
hide your
女生
crime.
不
I
见
left
了
the。train in Minkowski for a smoke. Then I resumed
你
my
也要
post.
猜啊，
That
是不
was
是？
the
一
truth.
定要猜啊！
The train
我们一定
departed
猜爆
on
啊！
schedule, but then of course an avalanche of snow blocked the tracks. At 12:45, Madame Hubbard and I met in her compartment to discuss how to adapt our plan.
Due to the snow and Poirot.
The little play we had staged for you had to be rewritten. I left her compartment at approximately 1:15.
Then the curtain went up. Calls in the night, the red kimono, all for my benefit.
And all for nothing. as it turned out.
Do not blame yourself, Michel. I am the theater critic no playwright wants to see in the audience.
哇，这样子的话，
I've talked to everyone, but some elements of the
对呀
testimonies do
怪
not
怪的
seem
耶
to correspond. I need to recheck a few things.
半夜哦。证明乘务人员不在场的2个关键。
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
不在场。哦，这个啦。
I do
不是
not think that's the right answer.
而乘务人员不是指的是他米歇尔跟那个吗？米歇尔不是乘务人员，还是指的是这个？不是吧？嗯？抽烟跟呕吐吗？为什么是呕吐啊？
I must admit I'm not right this
是米歇尔，对啊啊！为什么不是米歇尔跟？ 对啊，对啊，应该是这个啊，然后跟这个啊，嗯，不是吗？对啊，他们在抽烟，然后，这个吗？
Think,
不是啊，
That is not a good answer.
房间跟没看走道吗？房间啊，
I must admit I'm not right this time.
哦，对啊，好奇怪，为什么能证明乘务人员不在场的2个？ 不是不在场证明吗？哦，不会，不可能的。
This is wrong.
不是哦。
But I'm never far from the truth.
还是最后只，哦，他自己一个人在乘务人员居，然后
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
然后他
I do not think that's the right answer.
还是变成他们2个，就是可是不知道这2个不可能啊。
No, not good.
啊，我知道了，应该是这个吧，跟这个吧。可是我刚刚也有这个啊，
Think, Poirot.
不是啊，那怎么
That is
可
not a
能？
good answer.
开始我有点不推理了，不推理了，有点生气了。啊，他去吐啦。
This is wrong. But I'm never far from the truth.
对啊，这个吗
I must admit I'm not right this time.
哎，我这没办法哎，这吐跟这样
I do not think
怎么
that's
可
the
能？
right answer.
怎么可能？ 55分冰啊，这样。哦，当时的米歇尔没有，米歇尔，啊，那就这个加这个嘞。
Any of the 3 staff members had the opportunity to kill Ratchet when Monsieur Michel wasn't watching the hallway. That's the right answer.
这段我超不能理解的。哦，对啊，我还要看他的刀哎。因为我觉得尼尔森刚刚有问题，因为他说他帮毛利先生，但是问题是毛利就是那个米歇尔说毛利是自己一个人办，也不是他不是要你说不是是组合线索哦。他刚刚的意思感觉怪怪的啊。哦，他们都没看到人。来，小姐。
Remind me of what you did when the train stopped in Venice.
No problem. I helped Hotaru load all of the food crates aboard the train. Hotaru had everything he needed, but I realized they forgot half of my order. I spent over an hour on the phone with the supplier, without success. I had to change the dessert menu for tomorrow.
Mademoiselle, I believe you're hiding the truth from me.
What makes you say that?
原来如此。
Michel saw Monsieur Mori carrying the crates of food alone. You weren't on the platform.
I did help Hotaru.
The entire time? He carried so many crates, his back was sore.
Ah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm guilty. I did leave him before we were finished. But I had to. There was no saffron he needed for a recipe. I volunteered to go into Venice and get him some. The Rialto market would be open late because of the carnival. He gave me money. I knew we weren't supposed to leave the train, but I only wanted to help. Mr. Mori can confirm this. Ask him. I saved dinner.
I saved dinner.
On behalf of my palate, I thank you. How long were you gone?
I left at 9:10 p.m. and was back with the saffron around 11. That's when I called my supplier for the items I was missing.
Miss Nielsen had almost 2 hours to buy the saffron, find a costume, kill Monsieur Wadi, elude Detective Locke, and make it back to the train for that phone call. Yes, it's possible that was enough time. Thank you, Mademoiselle Nielsen. That is all for now.
Sorry again, Mr. Poirot. I hope you enjoy tonight's dessert.
对啊，不用问了吗？我以为还在问他2个小时其实很赶我觉得啦。他说要查看他的刀，可是问题是他的刀，我去找他的那个啊。你觉得他动作很快啊？这也可以找了，哎，可以了。他怎么转到
It's still locked. I need to move the parts on the side.
什么意思？哦，我懂。哦，因为这样子，然后他才能推出来，然后他才能这样出来，然后我看一下，然后嘞，
It's still locked. I need to.
对呀，可是他有，等一下，它是可以那个的吗？哦，可以靠背哦。
It's still locked. I need to move the parts on the side.
为什么不行了？哦，它要推出，顺序不一样啊。嗨，瑞尔。哦，它可以这样。哦，他要，等一下，他，他不能出去了，我要看到花是不是？这样，为什么他不？为什么他不能飞出去？这样。那这个不行我知道为什么，因为我这边卡住了。这样，这样， 诶，可以出来了。哦，可以了。没错，现实我就是直接敲烂它。妈的！诶，怎么了？可以了。
Sushi knives.
Sushi
razor
knife.
sharp. Sushi knives. Red.
为什么都是 sushi knife？
Sushi knife. Colteria Venezia.
哦，怎么会有一个不是 sushi knife？
Sushi knife.
哦，怪怪的哦。拿个刀也太搞纲，真的很搞纲哎。可是我记得日本人的那个刀，就是他们有一定的坚持，而且很贵。我有看那个日本有一个外国人特别去日本定制刀，很贵。
Tell me about your I'm sorry, Monsieur Mori, but haven't you forgotten something? You haven't told me about the knives hidden in your room.
Ha! Yes, indeed. I forgot to tell you about those. They are my personal knives. I only use these knives. There are none better. I bought them all in Japan. No one is allowed to touch them except me.
I'm afraid you are better at sushi than lying.
What? What do you mean?
One of the knives has an inscription, Coltelleria Venezia. Did you happen to go shopping tonight, monsieur?
Damn you, Poirot.
Damn you.
One of my sushi knives has been missing since the night of the murder. I thought you were going to believe I killed Ratchet. He routinely sent back my dishes to be ruined. Why does God give rich people the money to afford the best cuisine, but not the palate to appreciate it? I panicked. I know a very good store in Venice. I went to buy a knife to replace the one that had gone missing. So, I wouldn't be accused. I assure you that
白罗是很紧张
nothing to do with any
没有
I would have an easier time believing you, monsieur, if you put that knife down.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
What time did you leave on your little shopping trip?
I
对啊，
left
白罗很怕
around 9:30 p.m. I was back a little after 11:15 p.m.
Time enough to stab Monsieur Lodi and return. Very well, Monsieur Mori. That's all for now.
两边都很抖，
If I have
很抖
another
很抖。
question,
I'll be right here, cooking.
Cooking。哎呦，所以我现在的状况，谁没有不在场证明？尼尔森啊，白罗啊，这样。
I'm right again.
白罗怕，白罗觉得可怕。我只是一个警察，不是，我只是一个侦探，你们不要这样。好，我们找到了那个警佐小姐，我们就我先去钻墙，然后晚点钻完墙之后再回来。小姐在哪里？小姐。 小姐是不是在自己的房间里？记得哈，这是这是头等舱。哎，他们真的不能就都住近一点吗？他是在，对啊，砖墙啊，要去挂洞洞板。我要把我的手把终于找到地方。
What have you been doing, Poirot? I am
假日最不想听
completely
到
in the dark.
所以我选在晚上傍晚。我真的很害怕在早上会生气，大家会。
Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi, Miss Nielsen,
Nielsen,
Monsieur Fauché, and Monsieur Maury. They all had periods of time during both murders to commit.
早上你在敲，我都不敢敲，我都不敢早上，很可怕。
A visit to family, and not one but 2 shopping trips.
But all are my employees.
Alas, yes, my dear book. But we have no proof against any of them. None of the 3
晚上再考虑，我有点想要
motive
吃泰式料
But
理。
this is a tragedy.
Do not give up hope. We will catch this murderer.
重口味。
There is still one place that may
之
hold
前
the
住永和，
evidence.
刚搬进去都被那栋就开始装潢。哇，
Exact.
Do not give
那很
up
痛
hope.
苦哎。
Well, that's easy for you to say. But what if it's Freya? What becomes of dessert? If it's Sotaru, who will cook? Me? And the worst, if it's Jean, who will serve the drinks?
哇，他根本就完全是
I've
为
been
了吃。
checking up on the Banque du Lac. I had to confirm my identity for Interpol, so they contacted my captain at the Berkshire Police.
I suspect he was not pleased.
That my vacation was actually an unofficial investigation? I'll say.
I would be
吃都
happy
吃
to speak to him on your behalf.
对啊。
Thank you.
而且
But he'll get over
我
it.
想，对啊，等一下来。
It's a chance to close the books on the Armstrong kidnapping. He stopped yelling, asked for a report, then granted me an extra week.
Excellent. What did you learn from Interpol about the Banque du Lac?
It's had a bad reputation for over a century. Customers have included the mafia, Nazis, corporate swindlers
Nazis.
of every description, even heads of state.
It is true, this. It is the worst kept secret
我以
in
为
banking.
纳粹
They
会
take
叫做
advantage
纳
of the bank's
粹之
strict
类的
policy
纳
of
粹。
protecting the anonymity of its
有点像
clients.
Nazi
This
耶
is in defiance of many laws from multiple countries, including Switzerland itself. Of course, I have never taken advantage of such a corrupt system.
That goes without saying, my friend.
There are ongoing
有一说
investigations,
他们那守规
subpoenas,
矩，
court
周末不
orders.
许
The
搞，但
bank
是我
will
的休平
eventually
日，
have to
救命！
comply, or its assets may be seized. But until
大家
then,
可以
it still
下船
thrives
之后来
thanks
上
to
火
its
车。
wealthy and powerful clients.
It
休周末
sounds
就开始楼上
perfect
砖
for
墙
the late Monsieur
又也
Ratchet.
好可怜。
Do you have any
那
ideas?
The
次那
serial
次
numbers
哦
from，some of the bills match those from the Armstrong
可是
kidnapping.
念起
We
来是
agreed
纳
in
斯，
Venice
他是
that the
盖
bulk
听起
of
来
the
纳
money
斯
must。still be physically in the bank's vault.
I concur, Detective Locke. Exemplary work. So, our next task is clear.
Clear。
We need to get into Ratchet's safety
我
deposit.
知道去那么远
There'll
哦
be。codes, passwords.
And Monsieur Wadi would, of course, have
Wadi?
known them all. The bag of money he carried is proof of that.
We'll need to find information about Ratchet's box in Wadi's office at the bank.
Most
哇，
assuredly.
要去那么远的地
But
方。
remember the secrecy involved. I doubt his office will contain all we need.
Z
Where else must
我
we dig?
那 Z 这样子吗？不，这刚才你不是讲过了吗？
Mr. Wadi couldn't keep all of his secrets at the bank. Hopefully we'll find something in his apartment. We already have his address thanks to his passport, and his keys we retrieved from his body.
The train stops in Lausanne at 8 a.m. But that's far from Geneva. I can delay the departure.
所以是新案件还是在找第13个凶手？在找第13个凶手，而且刚刚那个雨雷契特就是那个被杀的那个人，他对，
The bank
他就
doesn't
是
open until 9. I can see only one
交易的
way
对
that
象
gives
也
us
被
a
杀
chance to
了
be on，
然后
time.
凶手应该就是第13个凶手杀的。怎么去日内瓦？搭船？
Ferries travel between Lausanne and Geneva, but it would take over 3 hours. We can't depend on finding a faster boat. Better to take a taxi and pray
那你这
traffic is right. The best thing is to separate. One of us
这跟我
searches
讲
his
就好了，
apartment,
你还要叫
the
我
other
猜？
searches his office. To access the safety deposit box, we need to find the key,
我怎么
the
知道日
box
内瓦
number, and
坐
the
船它比
passcode.
较快，还是坐
Suppose you find
还是坐计程车比较快？
How do
我
you
又没有去
plan
过
to
日
get
内瓦
into。the vault?
We are going to use the bank's anonymity policy to our advantage.
And the quickest way is for you to impersonate Ratchet.
I would rather impersonate Jack the Ripper, but in the interest of justice, I will do it.
We need to find the account number.
虽然每个都有线，那要多的线
I
索。
will say
对，
I want access to the vault. They don't ask for papers or even names. The vault information is enough.
I'm not hearing any of this. I run a train company. I don't rob banks.
Perfect. Let's recap the plan.
哇，搭车去日内瓦，然后分开，哎，没有，哎，分开，然后搜索。
I do
哎，
not
哪里
think
不对？
that's the right answer.
不是坐计程车去日内瓦，分开搜索啊。哦，这错别。
No, no, no,
哎，
no,
不
not
是
good.。
啊，错，是这个。啊，这样吧。
Et voilà.
To sum up, we're going by taxi to Geneva. Then we'll split up. You're going to search Mr. Waddy's apartment. I'll search the office of the bank. When we have all the information we need, you pretend to be Ratchet, and we can finally find out what Ratchet is keeping hidden in his safety deposit box.
It sounds impossible.
Not for Detective Joanna Locke and Hercule Poirot.
We should get some rest.
You are right, Detective. We face our greatest challenge tomorrow. Together.
哦，完成的第10章，哎，总共几章啊？15、10，好像13吧？记得好像13章。好，现在先玩1章，等一下晚一点，看有没有机会再把12才13。好，那看你们今天把它玩完。
9 o'clock. Our driver did well. It took barely an hour to get here from Lausanne.
But we must conclude our business in 1 hour as well. Book can only hold the
那
train
等一下
until
就
11
鬼
o'clock.
转直播，
1 hour to find the key of
鬼转
Ratchet's
直
safety
播专
deposit
抢。
box, the box number, and its passcode. A lot to ask.
Indeed, which is why we must
然后又
split
一
our
崩溃
forces. I will
为
take
什
the
么我
cab
在
to
看
Monsieur
台
Waddy's
还要
address.
听
You
转抢？
must search his office.
I have you on speed dial. And thank you, Mr. Poirot,
For what, mademoiselle?
for trusting me.
For trust me， 真的假的啦？但是假的啊！我怎么可能直播穿墙救命哦？这个直播专场也太痛苦了吧！等一下我要瞧一下那个，还不能小心不要入镜哎，而且我没关系，我可以关声音。不行，这样就会听到，这样就会看到我穿的很邋遢的样子在那边咯。好，先到这样，先到这边，然后我们晚一点专抢 ASM 晚一点再来看状况。等我钻完墙，然后弄好，然后吃完饭，然后再来看老板要不要开，如果他不开，我再来开。好，感谢大家，那等一下晚一点见咯，拜拜。